Talafalava, ma'aloilelei, kia orana, nisa pulavinaka, aloha, kia orana, whakalofalahi atu, maloni, i orana, greetings and welcome to our new program under Pasifika TV and Radio. This segment is called All Things Pasifika, where we will cover announcements, events, and anything to do with the Pasifika community here locally in Brisbane, Australia. My name is Su'asala Isa'ako, and I will be your main host for this program moving forward. Welcome back to our program, All Things Pasifika. We have got in our studio today our first guest of this program, the Team Samoa MMA, which is mixed martial arts. We've got Felise and Inna Leniu, who is the head coach, has 20 years experience, also the president of Team Samoa MMA, and is also known as the Fog Father. We've also got Inna Leniu, who is the team manager and the Gamma board member. On their board, they've got also Sally Kaukau, who was assistant manager, and Ainsley Marmel, who was their social media manager. Talafalava and welcome onto our show, Felise and Inna. So I take it that you guys are a couple and started this, so we'll get into our questions and elaborate more on Team Samoa MMA. Can I just ask, what was the vision or what was the goal when this all started, and what are we trying to go for as a whole?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having us. So the vision, the entire vision is Gamma being the #1 position across the globe. Yeah. So the vision is also to take more Samoan fighters to be represented on the global platform. The only place that you can represent Samoa as an MMA fighter, walk out with your flag, is Gamma. So that's the vision. Take our rankings to the top and have our fighters be in a position where there's more eyes on them and they can start to propel their careers from where Gamma takes them. From Gamma, sorry.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah. And over to Felise, with 20 years experience and being the head coach, is it okay to dig into your personal background with MMA?
So I started my career in Sydney in the early 2000s there, and kind of pioneered in the MMA scene before MMA took off in the Oceania region. So so kind of pioneered the MMA scene, and I just got into it and started training. I was actually a kickboxer before I became a mixed martial artist. So fast forward 10 years into the game, I started coaching as well, and just had a passion for my sport, so that's why we're here today.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it back to Inna.
Right.
Inna, I understand that you're the first gold medalist female to have brought a gold medal in for Samoa with MMA. Yeah. Would you mind elaborating on the journey to that moment and your background with MMA?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll start with my background in MMA. Prior to that competition, prior to me getting the gold medal, that was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. So I was the first human, to bring back a gold medal for Samoa. I just happened to be a woman, so 1 point for the woman.
Yeah, the girls.
Yeah, the girls. My background in MMA started in 2015 under my husband here. I actually walked into the gym not knowing that it was MMA. I fell in love with it pretty quickly. From there, I had actually ventured into doing boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, different styles of combat sports. But my ultimate passion or my love for combat sports, above all, is MMA. So that's a bit of my background. Been doing it prior to that competition 8 years, 10 years now. Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, the reason why I got into your backgrounds with MMA after I asked about the goal is it's always good to know the people behind the goal and the vision. And with your guys' experience and what you've brought in with MMA for Samoa, it solidifies that, this is a strong foundation, strong platform, which is Team Samoa MMA based here in Queensland.
Yeah. Yeah. So of course you want to have people that know. We're not just people who are administrators that don't know how the sport works. Felise has been in the industry for over 20 years now. He has built so many strong networks and relationships within the MMA and combat sports community. Not just fighters. He's coached for many years, refs, promoters, and for myself, I've been in the community for 10 years, so I have strong relationship with a lot of fighters, and we just have a heart for our people, and I guess where we know we can make big impact is something that we've been doing. We've got the experience in, we speak the language, we know what it's like, we've been through the journeys, very much like what the fighters are going through, what their coaches are going through. So we're very strong. There's a strong team, a strong-hearted team behind Team Samoa.
And it's all for Samoa at the end of the day.
All day.
But to have leaders that know what they're doing is what creates that solid team, if that makes sense. All right, we'll go into a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with more.
Many are struggling to make ends meet with the rising cost of living, so why not share the love with your loved ones back home, and you can be lucky to win the love back thanks to Digicel Pacific. Simply send $20 or more Digicel top-up online or from a participating store, or send money transfer from ClickX or Digicel International website to your family and friends in the Pacific, and be in to win one of 60 $500 cash prizes drawn every week. Share the love today for your chance to win the love back with Digicel Pacific. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, everyone, back into our interview with Team Samoa MMA with Felise and Inna Leniu. So guys, I would really like to hear about the starting of Team Samoa MMA here in Queensland. When it started, how it started, the journey through it, the trials, and now to today.
I'd say in 2019, I received a phone call from one of the Gamma board members that I know of, and he had rung me and asked me if I could get a team together for Singapore back in 2019, and at the time, because he kind of rushed me because it was only 4 days notice before the actual event was going to start. So he just asked me because he wanted to have a Pacific Island team in there because New Zealand and Australia were already in there, and I said, yeah, sure. So I had at the time I had some fighters of my own that I was training, and I had put it to my team if any of them were willing to do it, and two of my boys put their hands up and wanted to represent Samoa. So as we touched on earlier, you can't really represent Samoa in the game in our sport, and so that opportunity opened for those two boys, and they really wanted to do it. Yeah. So 2019, we had two fighters for Singapore, and then obviously COVID hit 2020 and 2021. So Gamma Association was on pause for obvious reasons, and then it started back in 2022. Again, short notice. It was only a couple of weeks this time round when the borders opened. The international borders opened, and again they asked us if we could put in our team. And at the time we did gather a few fighters, and including Inna. But some of those fighters didn't make it when it came down to the time we were leaving, and Inna was the only one that's represented Samoa. And in 2022 Gamma Games, Inna was our first gold medalist ever for Samoa, so that was a pretty proud moment. And fast forward to 2023, we had Gamma wanted to do an Oceania competition, so New Zealand held it, and we put the invitation out to our community, our Pacific Samoan fighters out there, and we gathered, how many fighters we gathered? We gathered about 12 fighters, I think.
Oh wow, yeah.
And we came away with some good results. We had a few gold medals and a few silver medals and a couple of bronze. So, and that kind of projected our team, our national status, I'd say, in the world, in the Gamma world. So, and then that same year, 2023, we had the World Games in December, and it was held in Thailand. And again, we took 6 fighters, and we came away with 2 golds, 2 silvers, and a bronze.
Oh,
so
that's really good.
So it was a pretty good journey for our little country. So it really projected our status in the world rankings, and I think we're sitting, when Inna won gold in 2022, we're sitting at 12th overall and in the world. But then after all the results of last year, we're now sitting 6th in the world. So
that's so good. That's so good. Just listening to how it built up, like the momentum just kept going.
Yeah.
Like it went from 1 gold medal with Inna in 2022, then to more medals, and then just more medals, and then the momentum is still there, and it's been so. Team Samoa MMA has been since 2019, and then COVID hit, and you came back stronger, walked away with the gold medal, and congratulations, guys. Is that gold medal here? Can I have a look? No, jokes.
We actually, you know what? It actually is here, but I really wanted to take it back to Samoa and leave it at home in Samoa, because when we went on that journey, I thought this is not for me. I love the feeling of winning, but it's not for me. I did this wholeheartedly because I wanted my nation. Wanted our nation to be represented, and to do well. So I really want to take the gold medal back and just leave it home. But we've just been trying to decide, well, whose house is it going to stay at? Is it your family or my family?
Maybe one year here, 1 year there.
Share it,
yeah. So Inna, with your history as well, with Gamma, yes. MMA. As the team manager, can you and a Gamma board member, can you walk us through what that looks like as a team manager for Team Samoa?
Like this, like a tornado. The role is many hats. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of moving elements that we have to look after. Hence why I got an assistant manager this year. So we have Sally on board, but it starts before the competition. Felise and I work really well together with bringing a team together. So we're always scouting, we're always stalking, we're always watching people, our people, to see how they're doing, what they're doing, are they active? So it starts from recruiting the actual team members in, offering the opportunity to them. Then we go into, my role is keeping that relationship with the fighters, because we select them. That's something we do together. But then we've got to establish a relationship, because for us, we don't just go in and just meet each other there. We are Team Samoa. We don't go in as individual fighters. Although you walk into the cage individually, you need a team. It's important to have a strong team to support you. So we're building those relationships behind the scenes, keeping tab of everyone, making sure that they're training with their respective coaches. They're doing everything that they need to do. Have a relationship with the coaches. We have to keep in touch with the coaches, and then the logistics of getting them, because Team Samoa is, how would I say this? We are geographically challenged. We aren't just in Brisbane. We got fighters in Samoa. We've got fighters in Bali. We've got fighters in Japan. We've got fighters in, look, I'm pointing like, and New Zealand as well. So we're challenged geographically and also time zone. Just keeping in contact with each other. Visas we've got to sort, making sure their flights they've got flights, and then obviously one of the biggest things is, where do we get these funds to help look after our fighters? So that's an important part of my role, as well as reporting back to Gamma and everything that needs to be, that the fighters have to ensure they got access to the country, they've got what they need for the actual competition, and there's just a lot of administrative work. Very boring, but very important.
Very busy.
Very busy.
Very busy. You mentioned that you used to work well together, and that, but like just by hearing that, it's because one handles one side of it, and then the other handles the other side of it, and then when you come together, it's just mashed potatoes. So.
Like smashing it. No, it's like this.
No, it's so good to get an insight of how Team Samoa MMA started, and then the roles and the responsibilities as to keeping the team together, making sure everyone's well taken care of, and the fact that you guys are spread across the world. I don't know how you are doing it, but hats off. My Lord lover, like your service to this part of this sport is very impressive.
Thank you.
That's all I can say at this point. But we're going to quickly go into a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more.
When I first got the opportunity to work in New Zealand in the RSC program, I was both grateful and nervous. Now it's my 6th time working here, and I'm so happy to be able to provide for my family and give my 3 children a good education. My name is Madare Pentani, and I'm come from a village Tanea on the island of Vava'o in Tonga. There are 10 Tongans on the farm, and we have become very close working together, lots of songs and lots of laughter. In Tonga we live by a culture called Hanga Whakatonga, and we have to respect people, caring them and helping them, loving them, and be kind to them as well. For us, it's a spiritual thing to work hard to grow beautiful food. Apples, kiwis, orange, pears. I love the work. We're all in it together and we get treated well.
We love having Matali and the boys from Tonga working for us. They're loud, they're noisy, they love having a bit of fun, but they're hard working. So we appreciate their efforts.
The boys call me Mata, which means my nickname. We all live together and someone different cooks every night, big curries and stews. It's wonderful to get off the farm and play rugby and touch footy together for a company Waimea Nursery. On Friday nights we meet up with the other Tongans in Nelson to play volleyball, and on Sunday we go to church.
Malorere, my name is Peter Kaola. I'm the regional coordinator for the Varamesina. It is important while they are here to add a range of skills from managing money, computer skills, leadership and basic buildings.
We're also grateful to gain more skills and learning through the Varamesina program. I've learned a lot of new things and it's helped me in lots of parts of my life. I love coming down to the beach at Rabbit Island, and it reminds me of bringing my family to the beach in Tonga. I get homesick sometimes, but every day I speak to my family, which lifts my mood. Every time I hit the send button to transfer money, I get a feeling of happiness that I am helping my family. I miss my family very much, but through my work on the farm, one day we will build a big house together. That's why I use Send Money Pacific to find the best rates possible when I'm sending money back to my family, because every dollar counts.
So with any organization and any team that you put together, we rely heavily on sponsorship. And I feel like it is very, very fitting to call upon our community, because it is Team Samoa at the end of the day, to come through and sponsor whatever you can do, whatever you can give to our Team Samoa MMA, because they do have a trip coming up in December where they will be representing Samoa, and fingers crossed, I have no doubt that they will be walking away with a couple of medals for Samoa. So Inna,
Yes.
in regards to sponsorship, like you mentioned earlier, you know, the fundings to take care of our individuals that are going out to represent Samoa through the organisation that you and Felise are running. With sponsorship, if a company wants to sponsor, or if an organisation wants to sponsor Team Samoa MMA for the trip this December, how can they reach out to you guys, or what does that look like?
Yeah, thank you. So what we actually utilize most is our Instagram page. There's you can reach us on Team Samoa MMA by Instagram. We've actually got in our bio, we've got an area that if anyone is wanting to sponsor us or would like the opportunity to work with us, like collaborate, we've got a link in there that will take you through the process of how we can work together. Obviously with fundraising, we don't want to, we want to give something back. It's a collaboration. And you can reach us through our own Instagram pages as well, at Kaysen's Mother and Felise Father 275. And we also have an email address. But I will say the easiest way to get in contact with us to establish a collaboration for fundraising is at Team Samoa MMA through our Instagram page or our Facebook page. That would be the easiest, yeah.
Awesome. So with the upcoming trip in December, can you talk a bit more about that and where we would be needing the sponsors for with the team that's going?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 16 fighters that are going. We've got 16 fighters who are coming from across the world. So the funds, how we would use the funds is we would like to help with airfares. We would like for our uniforms that are sponsored, so thank you, we won't need assistance there, but it would be just looking after our team in Jakarta, visas, as well as some of them will need accommodation as well. So it would be, that's where the funds would be allocated. So some accommodation, visas, airfares, and registration is the other one. Registration for the actual competition.
To tele wale nga patere tawa so fonga o nei. Asia le tu faina ti yaile lofa ye pele ia ti oe. Ona vea ile o oe malaki o le manumalo ia lofa mai ile Things Pasifika. Faingo fie lafo se lusu tala pesi dia to Things Tapa benga te fa ilangi. Se fale o lo late hane pe lau fo ile ClickX o le Things International website. Ia wainga mo ile Pasifika. Maua sawa banoa e te manumalo mai ile tasi ile ono se pulu fa ilunga lima se lau tala kia se I bayaso te tasi. Tufa nei dole lofa mo sawa banoa e te manumalo mai ile Things Pasifika. E yei ayainga
This year's competition is held in Jakarta in Indonesia.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where we'll all be flying out to Jakarta. And just like what Inna touched on earlier about just the whole logistics of getting not only our 16 fighters but our management team as well. So we do, there's quite a bit of in the background stuff going on prior to the competition. So there's about 50 plus countries this year competing.
Wow, yeah.
So all over the globe. So so for our fighters that are in our team, they are always fighting like say local fighters, like here in Australasia, you know, fighters fight just local fighters here, like where on the, at the Gamma Games they'll be fighting against fighters from all corners of the world. So there's a big difference there where, because most of these countries, especially the European countries, most of their fighters are competing most of their lives, more or less, because obviously the sport is more exposed in their countries. But not to say that it isn't here, but yeah, it's we're stoked that we got our team going and that they'll be fighting against all these fighters from around the world. So.
Yeah. Multiple fights too, eh?
Yeah, it's tournament style competition, so you're not only having one fight in the days that we're there, you'll be fighting multiple times.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Maybe I should join. Oh, that's so good. The beauty of it, 16 people from all corners of this world are in Team Samoa MMA, right? And are going as one, as a unit, as a team, to represent the one country, which is Samoa. Inna, can I kindly get you to introduce all our fighters that are going to be on this trip?
I wish I could have them here so that I can introduce them in person, but we have a strong team. We have a strong team because we have strong individuals fighting. So we have Markel, who is based here in Brisbane. He's, I'll give you the names of all our fighters. So Markel is based here in Brisbane. We have Asamoah. Asamoah is our only fighter from Samoa.
Wow.
And it's so important for us because we are blessed to live in the Western world where we're able to have these opportunities and meet what is needed a lot easier than it is for, say, our us of the diaspora. Obviously, it's easier for us than our brothers and sisters who are back home. So having someone from back home was important. We and it was a goal, and we're so blessed to have Asamoah, who's coming from Samoa. We also have Rhyme Loto, who is currently based in Bali.
Oh.
He is in Bali. Again, strong fighter, strong striker. So is Asamoah and Markel as well. We've also got Boston, who is actually the father's son, following in his footsteps. Great fighter, great. He has got a great future in this sport as well, very natural. Following that, we've got Vili Smith, also known as Will Smith, who is currently based in Perth. So we're all scattered all over Australia as well. We also have Miracle, who fought in Oceania last year. He is currently based in New Zealand. And then we have Ants Vitale, who is a silver medalist from New Zealand. He competed last year, placed second in Worlds last year. So he did extremely well. He's coming back with a vengeance. He has improved so much in the last year or two. We've been watching him. I'm so stoked to have him back as well. We also have, we've got 3 ladies joining us. So we've got Baby Nansen, who has a strong history in the sport. She's coming from New Zealand, a family full of fighters, great striker, and she's transitioning into MMA, and she's very excited to be here. Everyone's excited to be on this journey as well. We've got Elizabeth, who is currently based here in Brisbane. She is our gold medalist from last year. So the gold medal that I won, she's carried it on. She took it last year as well. Then we have Janetta, who is also based here in Brisbane. This strong striker. We have strong strikers, but don't underestimate their ground game and wrestling. So we're good wrestlers too, guys. And then we also have, moving into our heavyweights, we've got quite a few heavyweights. So we've got Howard, who is based in New Zealand. Strong striker, strong wrestler, placed gold in Oceania. We've also got Jordan, who is currently based here in Brisbane. Strong striker, has a impressive background in striking and has taken on the ground game in wrestling. We've also got Ant Nansen, who is a veteran of the sport, has had King in the Ring background, so he's already got a status within MMA. Within combat sports. He's currently based in New Zealand. We have Sunny Kirisome, who is also based here in Brisbane. Gold medalist from last year, returning as well. He's got some, I think he wants to do more after this. I think he wants to finish off strong. Very strong, very smart striker, very smart striker. And then we also have Stanley Malai, who actually just fought last weekend and won his fight. He actually fought someone who is in the Tongan team as well, won that fight. So we've got one up on Tonga. And he's currently based in New South Wales. Yeah, so we've got 16 fighters all up. So was that Howard in the heavyweights, Jordan, Ants, Stanley, and then we've also got Alex, who has a strong history. He started from rugby league, transitioned very much like my husband's history, and he was supposed to come last year for Oceania, so he's ready. He's been training really hard, strong striking background and jiu-jitsu ground game as well. So that is our whole team. Very strong individuals, yeah.
That is awesome. I guess it's safe to say, if you want to sponsor one of these individuals, feel free to reach out to Inna or Felise or Ainsley or directly to Team Samoa MMA Instagram and express your interest in sponsoring one of these individuals or the whole team. Go at it. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for making time to sit down with me and talk about Team Samoa MMA, because I'm even learning new things about mixed martial arts and these trips that you guys are taking Samoa to. You are not just taking your family, your village, you're taking the whole of Samoa. So it's very important that we get the word out and try and get people in to sponsor you guys where they can. Do we have any last words?
I'll just say, if you're already in the sport or you're looking to get into mixed martial arts and you're a Samoan, I'll just say, train hard and just put in the back of your mind that there is a team, Samoa MMA, and that is globally recognized, and that you can join. But I just encourage you to train hard and and look at joining our team in the next coming years or in the future.
Well,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I guess for myself, my last words would be, if you're not doing the sport, join the sport. No, I just on a more serious note, you know the vision, you know the goal. The ultimate goal is for us to build our community, our MMA community back home in Samoa. We want to be able to build something for our people back home. There is so much goodness that has come from the sport. We know from our own experiences, personal experiences, and we know from a team experience what the sport can do. And we would like to build a strong community back home. So we encourage anyone to join MMA. Look for us so that we can help you, because if we can't help you, we'll redirect you. We'll help. We'll put you in the right path for with someone that can help you. And I just also want to touch on just how hard this is for our fighters. They have so much to prep for. It's going to be so taxing on their body, because if you can imagine a normal MMA fight, someone is prepping 8 weeks for one fight. Our fighters potentially have 6 fights in a span of 4 days. And it's just back to back, 2 fights in 1 day even. So there's a lot of physical work that they're putting in. There's going to be a lot of physical work when they, even more physical work that that they've got to do when they get there. A lot of paperwork that they have to put in addition to all their fight camp. So if we can alleviate anything, it would be alleviate the financial burden. If that's anything we can help with, it's something that we can give. If that's something even ourselves as management can help organize for our fighters, that's what we'd like to do, because financial burden is so heavy. It can be so heavy, and it can take away these opportunities as well. So I guess those are my last words. Please find us on Facebook or Instagram. Look up our fighters. Look into them. Don't just look into the team. Go into the individuals' profiles. Check them out. If you want to sponsor them as an individual as well, we encourage that. You might find fighters that align with what you want your businesses to showcase. You might have the same values, or you might have a specific fighter that that will represent your brand well. So to do that, you need to get to know us. Come find us.
Amazing. You know, before I end our interview, I'd like to thank you guys. Thank you, Felise and Inna Leniu. Your passion for MMA, you know, birthed Team Samoa, and now you're taking our fighters into these games, and they're walking away successful. Like you mentioned, our country was at what ranking when Inna for 12, and now we're sitting at 6. Maybe we walk away this December at number 1. Who knows?
That's the goal.
That's the goal. So thank you so much for your service, and you know, and rounding our fighters up the way that you do. Like, I can see the passion, I can see the love behind it, and it's all for Samoa. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you are wanting to sponsor Team Samoa MMA's trip this December, get in contact with Inna or Fob Father or Ainsley or any one of the management team, as well as the Team Samoa MMA Instagram account. That is the fastest way you can get through to them, and you can hold those discussions and see where you can help out. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
And that brings us to the end of our program for today with All Things Pasifika. Thank you to Team Samoa MMA for making time to jump on our segment today. Also, massive shout out and whawhetai malo aupito to Suli and Toa, the founders of Pasifika TV and Radio, for allowing us this opportunity to provide this new platform on Pasifika TV and Radio. Toa whātui.
Got me thinking, babe. Tell me if you with it, 'cause I'm with it, babe. I haven't heard from you and I'm in it, babe. Just tell me what to do and I get it, babe. Gucci and Prada.